Hello and welcome into the broadcast, everybody. I am Samuel Reese coming to you live tonight, this morning, depending on where you are in the United States. And it is the semifinals of the women's basketball tournament at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. We're into the final days of the Olympics, believe it or not. It's been a great tournament thus far on the women's basketball side. And taking a look at the bracket, this is semifinal number one, which will see the United States take on Serbia. The other semifinal will be later on in the day in Japan this morning here in the States, when the surprise of the tournament, Japan, take on another real medal contender in France. And the Serbia team that the U.S. face this afternoon is actually a pretty quality opposition. I'll get into more of that later. First, the starting lineups. First for the U.S., they go with Sue Bird, Asia Wilson, Brianna Stewart, Diana Taurasi, and Brittany Griner. For Serbia, it's Sanja Vasic, Helena Brooks, Alexandra Crvendakic, Ana Dabovic, and Tina Krajinčić making up the starting five for Serbia. Well, Serbia in the 2016 Rio Olympics came away with a bronze medal, and actually just a few months ago in the Eurobasket tournament, came out on top with gold, defeating France in the gold medal game. And so we are underway in Saitama, Japan at Saitama Super Arena, and the mid-range shot left short by Brittany Griner as we're underway. What's going on, Rohan? Appreciate you tuning in, as that's stolen away by Bird. Thank you, Song, as well, for tuning in. I appreciate it. Taurasi will launch from deep. Her three won't fall. I know, Rohan. The Messi news shocked the football world, didn't it? As that pass is deflected by Stewart out of bounds, it will stay Serbia ball. Am I streaming the men's game as well? Yes, for basketball. Yes, I will be. I will be on the call for the men's basketball final between the U.S. men and France tomorrow night, and that shot drops down for Serbia, and they're the first ones on the board. It's Helena Brooks with the basket, 2-0 early on. Now it's Brittany Griner for the United States. Griner, spin around shot, can't hit it, and it will stay with the U.S. Last touched by Tina Krajinčić. Serbia do have one loss in the tournament. That came to Spain in the preliminary round. The U.S. undefeated. Perfect 4 wins in 4 games. Taurasi has that pass stolen. Serbia are a very physical team. They're not going to make it easy for the United States this afternoon, as that shot off the mark from Crvendakic. Now it's Bird inside for Wilson. Wilson double teamed, kicks out to Taurasi. Now Bird from the right wing. Her three is good, and the United States are on the board at last. 1:40 in. She might have got poked in the eye as well, but no foul on the play. 3-2 U.S. lead. With it now is Krajinčić. Now Dabovic. Back to Jelena Brooks. Brooks had it knocked loose, and the U.S. come away with the steal. They'll push it ahead. Stewart, catch and shoot 3. That won't go. A rebound secured by Dabovic. What's going on, Van? Welcome into the stream. Thanks for stopping in. This will be kicked out to Vasic. A nice feed down low, and the layup is good by Krajinčić. 4-3, the Serbians lead. Serbia coming off of a thrilling win against China in the quarterfinals. The United States, meanwhile, handled Australia with ease in their most dominant performance yet at these Olympics. Here's a spin around move. The layup good. Asia Wilson with the bucket. It's her very first Olympics. All right, Van. Yeah, I might do the Chelsea Crystal Palace game. It depends if I'm home or not. But I'll definitely try to, as that 3 is a brick. And now the United States will take it the other way. Brittany Griner strides into the lane, can't hit the layup. And now it's with Dabovic. Spin around shot. Not a good one there. A contested effort. Elena Brooks with an air ball. Defended tightly by Sue Bird. Speaking of Bird, here she is. Nice move. Wilson open. She feeds Griner down low. And she'll earn a trip to the line. Yeah, well, Van, I don't think it's official yet that Inter Milan have accepted Chelsea's bid for Lukaku, but yeah, it looks like that's on the verge of happening. Yep. So that is certainly that's certainly huge for Chelsea if indeed the transfer goes through. The referees, meanwhile, conferencing. And could this be upgraded to an unsportsmanlike foul? The whistle against Elena Brooks. Griner will be heading to the line, but the question is, will the U.S. retain possession after the free throws? That would be the case if this is upgraded to an unsportsmanlike foul. As I mentioned, this is a very physical team. The Serbia team play very good defense in the paint. And it's definitely a physical foul there from Brooks, but I'm not sure if that's anything more than a personal foul, in all honesty. 6:21 to play in the first quarter as this review takes place. The United States with a 5-4 lead over Serbia early on in the semifinal, the winner to the gold medal game on Saturday night in the States, Sunday morning in Japan. The last day of the Olympics, the closing ceremony will be that night. And they will call it an unsportsmanlike foul. So very interesting. The review is complete. So Griner will get 2 free throws and the U.S. will keep the ball as she knocks down the first one to make it 6-4. Griner averaging 13.5 points per game this tournament, 6.5 rebounds as well. And she converts both free throws. And because it was an unsportsmanlike foul against Elena Brooks, the U.S. keep possession. You've been reading Chelsea news lately? Yeah, I mean, we're getting ready for the season. That's a great find. Brianna Stewart to Griner for 2. That is wonderful, wonderful vision by Stewart. Now Serbia looking for a response. That 3 is an air ball from Brooks. So the United States just had a 4-point possession. As Bird has that knocked loose, it will stay U.S. ball. I think everyone thought Stewart was going to shoot on that last possession, but a double team emerged and she found the open Griner. That pass thrown away. Wilson turns it over. Serbia on the fast break. Brooks pulls up. The mid-range shot won't fall, and Stewart's there for the United States rebound. Brianna Stewart to Wilson. Now Griner couldn't quite haul it in. Another steal by Serbia. Brooks with the pass inside, knocked away by Griner. Only 5 seconds came off the shot clock. Serbia will keep possession. Serbia led by Marina Malkovic. She's been in charge since 2017. The United States, meanwhile, are managed by Dawn Staley. That close range floater, no good, as Brooks missed a bunny. Serbia had some good looks, just not able to knock down some routine shots. Meanwhile, pulling up from just inside the arc was Diana Taurasi. Rebound by Serbia. Here's Krajisnik. Now Vasic gave it up, and the shot from Krajisnik off iron. Bird with the rebound. Here's Asia Wilson. Wilson fouled on the baseline shot, and she'll head to the line. The whistle going against Krajisnik, just past the midway point of the opening quarter. 5 more days till the second shot of your vaccine. That's awesome, Van. Yeah, I got vaccinated back in May, so yeah, I've been fully vaccinated since May. But yeah, that's awesome, man. We need more people to get vaccinated, in this country, so we don't have a situation where we need to go to, lockdowns and capacity limits again. We don't need that. And entering the game for the U.S. is Jewel Lloyd. Asia Wilson takes a seat for the U.S. What did the second shot feel like? It wasn't that bad for me personally. I guess it varies with everyone, but I was a little sore in the day after. But outside of that, I didn't really have any symptoms. So no, for me it was fine. This will stay with Serbia after the missed 3. Brooks will take a seat. Into the game comes Maya Škorić, excuse me. 4:33 left in the opening quarter from Saitama Super Arena. Taurasi defending. And that's a nice block. Greiner comes in to deny Vasic. Serbia keep the ball with 8 to shoot. The inbounds pass coming from the baseline, and that is knocked loose. Serbia keep it. A nice find down low and a layup converted by Vasic. So it went from a near giveaway by Serbia off the inbounds pass to an easy 2 points. 11-6 U.S. lead. Stewart finds Taurasi. Now it's Greiner. Cross-court feed. Bird to Stewart. She's defended tightly. Out to Bird. Her foot on the line. Deep 2. Rattles in. 13-6. Thank you, Gia, for tuning in. It is 13-6. The United States are leading. And now a baseline shot. No good from Stankovic. The U.S. on the break. What a no-look pass from Diana Taurasi, and it's laid in by Stewart. A strong start from the U.S. here in Saitama. Here's Sanja Vasic. Greiner defending. Looking for room, but unable to get any was Stankovic. And her shot wouldn't fall. Here's Taurasi. Floats one inside. Greiner fouled as the whistle goes against Škorić. How about Taurasi with the fancy assist to Stewart on that last U.S. possession? Yeah, no problem, Gia. And we've got a timeout on the floor. So the United States with a strong start in Saitama, looking for their 53rd consecutive win at the Olympics. They haven't lost an Olympic game since 1996. You heard that right. They're in pursuit of a 4th straight gold medal. The U.S. women's basketball team, they've been absolutely dominant at the Olympics over the decades now. They're 70-3 all time since 1976, that is. 10 golds, 1 silver, 1 bronze, 6 consecutive gold medals, a 53-game win streak. So they're actually in pursuit of their 54th straight win at the Olympics. And Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi are in pursuit of their 5th gold medal. Both of them have won 4 golds. 2004, 2008, 2012, 2016, and now hoping for 2020. 2 legends of the game. Sue Bird from Syosset, New York. She's got 5 points in the early stages of this one. Got 3:06 remaining as the U.S. have a 9-point lead. As I'll put the score up here. There's an offensive rebound by the USA. Stewart driving the left-handed layup wouldn't fall, and now Serbia take it the other way. It's a left-handed layup, and that's converted by Ivan Anderson, actually American-born. She grew up in Alabama, and was a pretty good high school basketball player. Has Serbian citizenship through her parents, as a foul is called against Sasha Chado. And Taurasi will inbound to Bird. 2.5 to play in the opening quarter. Stewart to Taurasi. Now Bird down low. Handled by Charles. The fadeaway is good. Tina Charles gets the friendly roll. A 9-point lead for the USA. Here's Anderson for Serbia. Kicks it to the corner with Chado. Anderson, corner three. Not quite. And the rebound secured by Lloyd. Final 2 minutes of the first quarter. Wide open look. And the mid-range shot knocked down by Tina Charles. A double-digit lead for the United States. For the first time tonight, 19-8 the score. It was actually a 1:40 p.m. local start in Japan. That's been the time of all the U.S. games in this tournament. As a matter of fact, 12:40 a.m. Eastern time. And there's the U.S. running in transition. Bird to Stewart, 21-8. The United States with some points off of turnovers. Here's a whistle. Call going against Taurasi. Well, watch out for the U.S. in transition, because they are pretty good. Taurasi on that last possession, just throwing it up for Stewart in stride. Taurasi now taking a seat. With it, here is Jovanovic. Now Ivan Anderson. She's defended by Lloyd. Anderson had it knocked away. There's a steal. Stewart pulls up, and the shot rolls down at 23-8. The United States rolling. And when it comes to the fast break points, the United States have 6. Serbia don't have any. In the final minute of the quarter now. And that foul called against Atkins. For lineups, I should put it down on the ticker. Yeah, that's a good idea, Van. Certainly for soccer, I could do that. For basketball, they don't really you don't really see the lineups until right before tip-off for the most part. So that would be more difficult. But yeah, for soccer, I could certainly do that. U.S. leading by 15 inside the final minute of quarter one. Here is Anderson with the shot clock down to 3. Anderson has to shoot, puts it up, and it rattles one in. It's a big basket from Anderson, as Serbia are already playing from behind by quite a margin. That's knocked away by Jovanovic. It'll stay with the USA, excuse me. About a 10-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. It's inbounded by Ariel Atkins. Here is Jewel Lloyd from a tough angle. Gets the shot to fall from the baseline. 25-10. Shot clock is off. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Ivan Anderson has it for Serbia. Anderson to the baseline. Fadeaway, and she got it. And that will do it for the opening quarter. So the Serbians end the quarter on the right note, but it was the United States getting off to an efficient start. And with 10 minutes in the books, it's the U.S. leading Serbia 25-12 at Saitama Super Arena. As we get set to begin the second quarter, in Tokyo. The United States looking to build off of a very strong start here. Appreciate everyone tuning in. The United States, as I mentioned, had their strongest performance of the tournament by far in their quarterfinal against Australia, a quality Australia team as well. And now, after a strong first quarter against Serbia, we'll try to not miss a beat heading into the second quarter of play. Thanks, Amelia, for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Will I be commentating on the Sweden-Canada soccer match? Unfortunately, Amelia, I can't. If the game had been played when it was originally scheduled, which was 10 p.m. my time, tonight, I would have been able to do it, but I actually have to go somewhere tomorrow morning because the game's at 8 a.m. where I live. And I actually have something going on in the morning, so I won't be home. Unfortunately, I can't do it. Which I'm bummed, but it is what it is. So unfortunately, I can't do it, Amelia. I apologize, but I would have loved to be on the call for it, but I can't. And so here we go. We're ready for the start of the second quarter in Saitama. Remember, it's 4 10-minute quarters. Serbia in possession. This is Anderson with it. She'll pass it off. This 3 on the way. No good from Vasic. Offensive rebound. Anderson once again. Shot clock resets to 14 after an offensive rebound, remember. Here's a high arcing 3. No good. Another offensive board by Serbia. Vasic up top for Anderson. Anderson defended by Atkins. And there's an off-balance shot. No good. U.S. this time secure the rebound. And that rims out. Rebound by Serbia. It's brought the other way by Jovanovic. Here is Chado. Still no points in this quarter from either team. Anderson working on Atkins. And a foul called against Ariel Atkins. Or actually, Sylvia fouls. I beg your pardon. Yeah, Atkins was defending, and then once Anderson got by her, that's when the foul came. The reach-in by fouls. 10 seconds on the shot clock. It's on the left wing with Vasic. She's defended by fouls, and that's a partially blocked shot. Offensive rebound. The putback no good by Dugalic, and the U.S. now take it the other way. That's a great pass, but unable to finish was fouls. Serbia will now run it the other way. Fast-paced action to begin the quarter. That layup wouldn't go. The referee's letting them play a physical game. The U.S. shooting 50% from the field. Serbia, meanwhile, just 25%. And that pass is red. There's another steal by the Serbians. Another turnover by the USA. 2 minutes gone in the second quarter. Yeah, that's a foul as the pass was delivered by Jovanovic. She found Dugalic in the lane. It is on the floor. Thanks for tuning in, ID. Appreciate it. Yeah, it is definitely low scoring the U.S. aren't low scoring right now, but Serbia certainly are. Yeah, it is 10-minute quarters, so you can't quite compare the scoring to NBA since the games are 8 minutes shorter at the FIBA level. And there's a basket at last for Serbia. First points of the quarter from either team. Thanks, Juan, for tuning in. Yeah, I will be streaming the CONCACAF World Cup qualifying matches. Yep. I'll definitely be doing the U.S. World Cup qualifiers. And I might be doing some other, some Mexico and games perhaps as well. I'll see, but certainly the U.S. Yes. By the way, the United States have turned the ball over 5 times. Serbia have done so on 3 occasions, as Anderson had a good look, couldn't hit the 3. Now it's lofted ahead to Ariel Atkins. A whistle against Ivan Anderson. Now the United States will make a flurry of substitutions. The winner of this one to the gold medal game against the winner of the other semifinal between France and Japan. The loser will take on the loser of that Japan-France semifinal in the bronze medal game. That's knocked out of bounds by Greiner. It'll stay Serbia ball. Only 2 seconds came off the shot clock. Knocked away from Greiner is what I meant to say. And now with it for the U.S. is Atkins. Cross-court pass. Sue Bird a 3. Nothing but net. A smooth shot. 28-14. Here is Jovanovic. Now Dugalic to Anderson. She'll launch from downtown. That's off back iron. Offensive rebound by Jovanovic. 6:40 to play in the half. The United States women's basketball team on their quest for a 7th consecutive gold medal. Anderson, the deep 2, no good. Offensive rebound again. Serbia out-rebounding the U.S. 5 to shoot. Here's a long-range 3. It's good. A big conversion there by Sasha Chado. 28-17 the score. Serbia trying to keep this game within reach here in the first half. Sue Bird now with it. Deflected pass. Recovered by Chelsea Gray. Gray back to Bird. She'll give it up. Corner 3. No good by Atkins. And Serbia corral the rebound. This is Chado. Knocked away from Vasic by Atkins. It'll stay with Serbia. Well, Sue Bird lighting it up from downtown early. No surprise there. And her parents, Nancy and Harry, are watching on from their home in Melville, New York. Up late, just like we are. As it's 1:07 a.m. Eastern Time. 5 to shoot for Serbia. Chado passes to Dugalic. Dribble in, and the shot too strong. Rebound secured by Greiner. Serbia continued to let the shot clock run down thin as Brianna Stewart has it. She had a fantastic performance against Australia. Greiner with the miss, but cleans up her own miss and puts in the second chance. 30-17 now the score at the midway point of the second quarter. Anderson now to Brooks. Serbia with 7 offensive rebounds compared to 3 for the U.S. Shot clock down to 3. Here's a 3-point attempt. That's off iron. Sue Bird the rebound. Behind the back move. Chelsea Gray keeps the dribble alive. Gray now to Sue Bird. Screen set by Greiner. Shot clock down to 5. Wilson penetrates. Pulls up. No good. And Dugalic is there with the rebound. "13-point game. The United States had 25 points in the first quarter. Just 5 so far here in the second. Serbia moving inside. Now it's kicked out to the corner. And a steal there by Asia Wilson. This is Brianna Stewart. Stewart to Gray. Gray into the lane. Kicks it out. Stewart a 3. No good. Who should you support now, Rohan? Oh, were you only a Barcelona fan because of Messi? I did not know that. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anderson finds Brooks. Back it goes to Anderson. 5 on the shot clock. Now 2 to shoot. Dugalich looking for separation, and she banks it home. It was actually Vasic, I beg your pardon. And she was defended tightly by Stewart. Still able to bank it in. It's an 11-point game. Yeah, that's knocked out of bounds by Vasic. He'll stay with the U.S. and a timeout called on the floor. 3:04 remaining in the first half at Saitama Super Arena. The United States with a 30-19 lead, but it hasn't been the best second quarter from the United States. And some U.S. men's basketball players in attendance cheering on the women. And the U.S. men will play in the gold medal game against France. That will be Friday, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll be on the call for it. I cannot wait as the U.S. men battle France in a revenge game. France beat the U.S. in the opening game of the tournament back in the preliminary round. And France, of course, beat the U.S. men in the World Cup back in 2019 in the quarterfinals. So the United States looking for revenge against France as the men are in pursuit of another gold medal, just like the women. And so I will be on the call for that game tomorrow night. Well, I guess it's already Friday here in the U.S. on the East Coast. So technically tonight, Saturday morning in Japan. Of course, the United States women's 3x3 team about a week ago won gold. It was the inaugural edition of the 3x3 basketball tournament. So instead of 5-on-5, it was a 3-on-3 tournament. Definitely it was definitely fun to watch. I watched a little bit of it. Definitely more fast paced. They play half court. A very physical game, 3-on-3. But yeah, congrats to the U.S. women for winning that. Fortunately, the U.S. men did not even qualify, which is quite a disgrace. You would think that they could, get some 3 quality players to qualify for the Olympics, but they could not do that. And there's a deep 2 converted by Serbia. It's now a 9-point game. Hello, Ayush. Welcome in, man. I appreciate you tuning in. 30-21 the score. Asia Wilson spinning into the lane. The left-handed layup is good, plus the foul. That's more like it from Asia Wilson. And she'll have a 3-point play opportunity as she heads to the line. Yeah, she's been probably their best player overall this tournament, alongside Brianna Stewart. She's got 6 points so far, and make it 7 as she converts the free throw. And it's her very first Olympic Games. She's still a very young player, despite all she has accomplished already. She won a NCAA title with Dawn Staley at South Carolina, now in the WNBA, of course, winning MVP last year. Sue Bird with a nice hustle play, diving for that ball. It's knocked out of bounds. 2:11 to play in the first half from Saitama. Appreciate everyone tuning in to continued coverage of the Tokyo Olympics. And that's a nice pull-up jumper from Jewel Lloyd to make it a 14-point U.S. lead. On the left wing, it's Vasic for Serbia. Vasic, the pump fake, air ball. That's saved, however. Now it's Krajishnik with the kick out. Floater too strong, and it will be U.S. ball. Serbia just finding it hard to score. And they've had some decent looks, but their offense has just been quiet thus far. With 95 seconds left in the half, Serbia will make a change. In comes Dakic. She replaces Vasic. Now the U.S. still shooting 50%. Serbia not improving much, 29% from the field. U.S. break the full court press. Bird inside the Griner, who lays it in for an easy 2 points. It's now a 16-point lead, 37-21. That was a near steal by the United States. Serbia keep it alive, 10 on the shot clock. And that is knocked away by Lloyd. 8 to shoot for Serbia now. Yeah, going back to that last U.S. basket, a no-look pass from Sue Bird. Quite a nifty assist. It'll be Dakic to inbound. But before that, Sue Bird will need to be attended to because I believe she's drawing some blood. Yep, from her left leg, there's some blood. So that'll be worked on by the medical staff. Meanwhile, she'll be replaced by, I believe, Chelsea Gray. Here with the shot clock winding down is a last-second attempt, no good, and Stewart secures the rebound. Now with it is Chelsea Gray. Gray pulls up, draws the foul, and she'll shoot 2. It's 1:15 for you, really, Van? I thought you lived in Nebraska in the Central Time Zone. Or are you on vacation or something right now? Are you not at home? Here's Chelsea Gray at the line. She misses the first attempt. 28-year-old will convert the second free throw. 44 seconds left in the half. This is brought up the floor by Jovanovic. Oh, okay, Van. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure you live in the Central Time Zone. Yeah, it is. It is now 1:17 for me. Here's a 3-point attempt and a foul called. So 3 free throws coming in for Dakic. The call goes against Asia Wilson. Yeah, that's just an unnecessary foul there because the shot was well off the mark. And the first free throw, no good. Alexandra Dakic averaging 7.5 points per game this tournament. Second free throw she makes, and she goes 2 for 3 on that trip to the line. Yeah, I know the Olympics are almost over, Van. I know. It's crazy. It's gone by very quickly. Shot clock is off. 10 seconds left in the half. Here's Chelsea Gray. Gray all the way in, and the layup is good. Beautifully done by Gray. And now Serbia will just keep it as the horn sounds, and the first half comes to a close. The United States all over Serbia in this first half. 41-23, a comfortable 18-point lead through 20 minutes. I'll be back with the halftime show. And that is true, Van. In 3 years' time, the Olympics will be back with the Paris Games in 2024. Hope you guys are enjoying so far. The United States halfway through a spot in the gold medal game. I'll be back. The halftime show is next. Welcome into the halftime show, everybody. Thanks so much for being a part of this late night broadcast here in the States. Also going on right now is the U.S. women's volleyball game against Serbia. And so that's currently taking place. So the U.S. taking on Serbia in another sport as well. And the U.S. are up 2-0 and are actually 4 points away from getting the win. Meanwhile, here in this women's basketball semifinal, it's a 41-23 lead for the United States. Sue Bird came to play, as did the rest of this team, and I'll talk all about the first half after a quick break, so don't go anywhere. It's live coverage of the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. A spot in the gold medal game is up for grabs. So stay tuned. I'll be right back for more coverage of the United States women's basketball quest for a 7th consecutive gold medal as they have an 18-point lead at the break. Welcome back to the halftime show. The United States with an 18-point advantage over Serbia at halftime in this women's basketball semifinal matchup. It's semifinal number one, and the second semifinal will be later on when the surprise of the tournament, Japan, take on France in what should be an intriguing game later on in the day. But the focus right now on the U.S., of course. And how about the play of Sue Bird? Her outside shooting has been key for this team in the first half, and she has been in a groove from downtown. Also helping out on the other end of the floor. Some great defensive work. Uh, some beautiful assists as well, including the no-look pass to Brittany Griner. Her parents back home in New York absolutely loving it. And Bird, obviously a legend of the game, and on her quest for a fifth gold medal, which is just extraordinary and something you don't see often. Well, in that second quarter, it was a bit more sloppy from the United States, in all honesty. Yes, they have an 18-point lead at the break, but they had 25 points in the first quarter in what was really a seamless opening 10 minutes. But I think the first 6 minutes of the second quarter, they only tallied 5 points. Now, they got going more at the end of that second quarter, which was must needed, really, because Serbia at one point cut it down to an 8-point game, but then the United States um, reestablished their marginal lead, and so it's an 18-point game at the break as the U.S. seek their 54th straight win in Olympic play. Just an extraordinary streak they have going, and they'll look to continue that tonight. They're just one more half away from punching their ticket into yet another gold medal game. And it's no surprise, uh, every Olympics, this team is expected to win. They have the most talented roster. But it's despite that, it's harder than you think to win game after game, and the competition has gotten better every Olympics as the world starts to catch up to the U.S. So it's a credit to them. Second half is moments away as we'll head back to Saitama Super Arena after a quick break. I'll be right back. The United States with an 18-point edge. Welcome back into the broadcast, everybody. And we do have an update regarding that women's volleyball semifinal matchup. The United States have took down Serbia in women's volleyball 3-0. So a straight sets victory for U.S. women's volleyball. They're on to the gold medal match. Can the U.S. women's basketball team do the same against the exact same opponent, Serbia? We'll see. They're in prime position to do so. The second half is next from Saitama, Japan. 41-23 the score. It's back to action after this. Welcome back. We are just about set for the start of quarter number 3 at Saitama Super Arena in Saitama, Japan on this Friday afternoon, I should say. The time difference tricks me up. I still don't have it down pat. It is Friday afternoon in Japan as we get set for the start of the second half. The United States have an 18-point lead. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Much appreciated as always. I've had a blast covering these Olympics. And we are underway in the third quarter. The U.S. with possession. And it's Sue Bird with the ball. Brianna Stewart now. Pump fake. She'll find Taurasi. Diana Taurasi into the hands now of Asia Wilson, who pulls up from the left elbow and knocks it down. It's a 20-point lead for the United States. Well, the U.S. wasting no time getting on the board here in the second half. Serbia with a lot of work to do. Here's a long-range effort. That rims out. Brittany Griner with the board. Here is Griner. Now she'll give it up to Taurasi. Sue Bird on the left wing. Bounce pass to Wilson. Good look. The mid-range shot won't fall. And now Serbia trying to get points on the fast break. They'll keep possession as it was knocked out of bounds. Leading scorers for the U.S. tonight, Sue Bird and Brittany Griner, each with 8. Sue Bird a perfect 3 for 3 from the field. Oh, it's actually U.S. ball. They ruled it off of Serbia. Both teams with 6 turnovers. Sue Bird floats one into Griner. Griner keeps it along the baseline. Out it comes to Taurasi. Her 3 won't fall. Offensive rebound and a foul called against the Serbians. That was against Jovanovic. Great work on the offensive glass by A'ja Wilson. Surprisingly, the U.S. have struggled a bit tonight when it's come to rebounding. Here's Brianna Stewart for Taurasi. Bounce pass down low and a great assist. Wilson to Griner. Just beautiful ball movement all around from the U.S. 45-23. Here is Vlasic. And that shot rims out. Serbia with a couple of unlucky shots now. That was Elena Brooks with the opportunity. And now the U.S. really rolling. It's Brianna Stewart with the 2 points to make it a 47-23 game. This is passed out by Jovanovic, and the 3 is good. So Serbia at last on the board here in the second half. Taurasi, meanwhile, was shaken up after a collision. She carries on. Cross-court pass to Bird. Now Stewart in the corner. Stewart along the baseline, pulls up. No good. Griner the rebound, and the putback is good. 49-26. Taurasi still clutching that. The waist of hers, the left side, is what's aggravating her at the moment. Now here comes Serbia. The deep 2, short from Jovanovic. Bird to Taurasi. Into the lane. Griner on the turnaround. Can't convert. Stewart got a piece of that pass. It'll stay Serbia ball with 6:48 left in the third quarter of play. Yeah, it looks like Diana Taurasi got injured off of a screen set by Serbia. And she's now on the bench taking a seat for the moment. Elena Brooks. Now Ivan Anderson. Serbia down big. They trail by 23. Shot clock down to 1. And unable to knock that one down was Dugalic. Or rather, it was Krajisnik. Here's Sue Bird. Such a good dribbler of the ball. Now A'ja Wilson in the corner. Griner to Bird. 7 on the shot clock. Wilson. A fadeaway shot. No good. And who was it last touched by? They say Stewart. It will be Serbia ball. Another substitution here by Serbia. It looks like both Vasic and Jovanovic will make way. Taurasi momentarily being evaluated by an athletic trainer. Keep an eye on that. See if it's anything serious. Now it's Anderson. Step back shot. And off the mark. And now it's Bird. And she'll loft it forward for Stewart. An easy layup for 2 points. It's a 25-point U.S. lead. They are really pulling away here in the third. Now it's Krajishnik. She's defended by Griner. And a nice shot by Krajishnik. That was a one-handed shot, I believe, over Griner. 51-28. Now Asia Wilson. Jewel Lloyd. Good look for Wilson. That's no good. Rebound by Serbia. Into the front court. It's Batulia. Drop out. And the shot in the lane was left short by Krajishnik. Just past the midway point of quarter three, the U.S. leading by 23. Stewart will launch a three. That's not even close. A bad miss there from Brianna Stewart. As good of a score Sue Bird is, she can be a great facilitator as well, particularly in transition. And it looks like we have a timeout on the floor. So with 4:39 left in the third quarter, the United States are really running over Serbia here. And this is a good sign for the U.S. They have gotten better and better as the tournament has progressed, similar to what we've seen from the men. And because they did have a couple of, I guess not close games in the preliminary round, but closer than closer than what's comfortable for this U.S. team. They're of course used to dominating competition, particularly in the early stages of the tournament. U.S. men's basketball team in attendance to cheer on the women this afternoon. Likes of Kevin Durant there. And taking a look at the men's bracket, the bronze medal game will see Slovenia and Australia face off. That will be Saturday at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. But before that, it's the gold medal game, and I'll be on the call for it. The men's basketball gold medal game, the United States and France in a rematch of the opening game in the tournament. That'll be Friday, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Meanwhile, we're back underway inside Tama. Looks like Griner was fouled. Serbia with the full court press here, and they've got nothing to lose at this stage. It's inbounded to Stewart. It's an errant pass, and Charles won't get there. So the United States turn it over, and the Serbia full court press pays off. Skylar Diggins-Smith into the game for the first time. By the way, that was the 7th turnover from the U.S. this afternoon. Here is Batulia. Kept alive by Krajishnik, and her shot is good at 51-30. Krajishnik has been solid so far today, but not enough of the surrounding cast has stepped up, especially against such competition like the U.S. as Tina Charles knocks down the mid-range shot. 53-30. 3.5 to play in the third quarter. And drawing the foul there was Ivan Anderson. She will shoot 2 at the line. The foul against Diggins-Smith. First free throw is good. Look at the WNBA most valuable players on this team. There's 5 of them, in fact. I went over the list the other night when they took on Australia. Just very impressive. Here's a cross-court pass. Open three. Lloyd can't hit. Rebound by Serbia. Now the other way, it's Anderson. Behind the back move. Diggins Smith stays with her. Now trying to bank it in was Dugalic, too strong, but Serbia grabbed their own rebound. Here's Krajicnik. Diggins Smith with a hustle play. Couldn't quite save it. She took down one of the U.S. assistant coaches with her. A little bit of a smile from her afterwards. You got to respect the hustle. India won the hockey bronze medal match against Germany. Yeah, absolutely. Congrats to them, Ayush. Here's Ivan Anderson. That shot no good. And another offensive rebound by Serbia. And Stankovic was fouled. Well, there are some positives to look at if you're Serbia, even though they're down by 21. As this is a quick three launched by Batulia. And Stewart secure. No, it's actually a jump ball, or rather a tie-up. And the possession arrow stays with Serbia. Yeah, they've rebounded well. They've been decent defensively against the U.S. They just need more production offensively. That's where their performance has been lacking. Floater won't fall for Anderson. And tapped in the face there was Lloyd. A whistle comes. 2:25 left in the third quarter now. And that's a poor pass, and Serbia come away with the steal. Fed down low, the layup good. Great work by Serbia. Dugalic with the bucket. 53-34. With it now is Chelsea Gray. Gray on the left wing. Stewart top of the key. Now on the right side, it's Lloyd, and an offensive foul called off the ball against Tina Charles. It hasn't been the best performance from the U.S. There have been bright spells, but it hasn't necessarily been a complete performance from them. That's their 9th turnover, something they'll need to clean up in the gold medal game, as long as they hold on for the victory here, which it looks like they'll do. Anderson backs up, defended by Diggins Smith. Anderson has her three rejected. Stewart the block. And a foul called against Serbia. Great defensive work by Brianna Stewart. 1:35 remaining now in the third quarter of play. Second block of the game by the U.S. There's the full court press. Diggins Smith gets out of it. And now it's passed to the corner. Three no good by Lloyd. Offensive rebound. And the putback rolls out for Stewart. And a foul called against the U.S. Diggins Smith fouling Anderson. 53-34, the U.S. lead. Here's Anderson. Three ball, good. Anderson finally connects from deep. Serbia had plenty of good looks from long range. Finally connect on one. And there's a foul as a result of the full court press by Serbia. Lloyd will inbound. Only 4 seconds came off the clock, and that's turned over again. Off the inbounds pass. It's stolen and put in by Batulia. 53-39. All of a sudden, Serbia making a 14-point game. Here's Gray. Now Lloyd to Stewart. Her shot blocked, but a foul called. It goes against Stankovic. But Serbia riding a wave of momentum at the moment. Don Staley can't be pleased with some of these sloppy turnovers by the U.S. in this third quarter. And so Stewart knocks down the first of 2 free throw attempts. She's got 11 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and make it 12 points. Both free throws are good. 55-39. Batulia from long range. That's too strong. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Jewel Lloyd finding Chelsea Gray. Gray to the corner. Now along the baseline. Hitting the brakes is Lloyd. Tina Charles inside. Out it comes. Here's a good look. And Gray hits the 3 as the shot clock expires. Just like that, it's back to a 19-point U.S. lead. Long range 3 here. Unable to hit was Batulia. And it's U.S. ball with 0.2 seconds left in the third quarter. Stewart inbounds, Gray holds on, and that will do it for the third quarter. So 30 minutes in the books, 10 to go, and the United States are on the verge of another gold medal game appearance. 58-39 is the score in Saitama. A big lead heading into the fourth as we've played 3. And as I mentioned, the U.S., I mean, there's certainly improvements to be had heading into that gold medal game. That is if they can hold on for the win, which it looks like they're going to do, but you never know. It's really the defense that stuck out for the U.S. This afternoon. In fact, it's one of their best defensive performances in the tournament. Their field goal shooting defense, 29% against Serbia. So they've limited Serbia to low percentage scoring. And some of that's been Serbia's own doing, but a big part of it has been great defense by the U.S. And on the offensive side, their ball movement has been very good. When they haven't turned the ball over, their ball movement has been a key to getting them good looks, taking it to the rim often. And their outside shooting has been solid at times as well. And that's been a result of that great ball movement as well. Chelsea Gray has her own watch party back at home in Montesa, California. Gotta love the watch parties with, of course, no fans and family members, for that matter, allowed to attend these Olympic Games. They're all cheering back at home. So the Bird and Gray households having a fun time tonight. And so we're underway in the fourth quarter from Saitama. 58-39 the score. And the United States just need to close out in these final 10 minutes, and they'll be heading to another gold medal game. That corner 3, no good. This is Chado. Bounce pass for, I believe that was Dugalich. Her mid-range shot wouldn't go. Here's Sue Bird. Bird to Stewart. Now in the far corner, it's Chelsea Gray. Sue Bird in the low post. Griner count the basket. A foul called as well against Stankovic. And Griner heads to the line for the USA. Very physical play down low, but Griner this time getting the better of Stankovic. And she misses the free throw, however. 60-39 the score. Here's Ivan Anderson. Catch and shoot. That's well off the mark. Offensive rebound. Third try. Too strong. Another offensive board. And that mid-range shot is off the rim and out. Serbia just getting chance after chance, but unable to capitalize. And fouled there for the U.S. was Tina Charles. Well, tonight the U.S. have two players with a double-double, Brianna Stewart and Brittany Griner. Each of them have 10 rebounds, and then Griner with 14 points now, Stewart with 12. Here's a corner three, and that is good. Chelsea Gray knocks down the triple, 63-39. The U.S. 4 of 13 from beyond the arc. Serbia just 3 of 17. And that's another missed three, but the U.S. turn it over right away. Looking to get points on the fast break, but that was read nicely by Batulia. Now Anderson off the screen, and that's given away. The steal by Tina Charles. Stewart has it. Into the lane. Floats one up, but off the mark for Griner. Out of bounds, Serbia ball. .746 left. That's how close the U.S. are to advancing to another gold medal game in women's basketball. Sue Bird defending Anderson. Anderson gets it back from Stankovic. Leans into the shot. Well short. Out for U.S. basketball. And we've got a foul before the inbounds pass. Going against Serbia. Brianna Stewart taking a seat for the U.S. right now. Back into the game for Serbia comes Ana Dabovic. So Dabovic is in. The U.S. break the full court press. It's now with Chelsea Gray. Tina Charles fakes the three. Now Griner double team, kicks it out. Another three-point attempt. In and out for Atkins, but an offensive board. Great work by Charles. Bounce pass across for Gray. Leaning back, she gets the roll. 65-39, the United States now leading big, up by 26 points. Serbia throw it away. The steal by Charles. Sue Bird, the no-look pass. Now a good look from three. Too strong by Charles. Taken the other way by Dabovic. Stankovic couldn't connect. Bird ahead for Atkins. Now Griner all the way in, and a foul called. I don't think they'll rule it a shooting foul. High and by. All right, I'll see you, Van. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I know it's very late, so appreciate you tuning in. The Chelsea Gray watch party back at her home in California. They're loving every second of this game and the performance by Gray. We've got a timeout on the floor. The United States had contributions from a number of players. Gray, one of them, of course. 12 points for her, 65-39 the score. And Serbia are on a severe scoring drought. In fact, they haven't scored in this quarter yet. And so, the timeout, a chance to regroup for both teams as we get set for the final minutes of this one. The likes of Kevin Durant and other members of the U.S. men's basketball team watching on at Saitama Super Arena. I say there's no fans allowed, but I guess technically the other athletes at the Olympic Games are allowed to attend other sporting events. The last loss for the U.S. in the Olympics came in Barcelona, 1992, against a unified team. And so they are currently riding a 53-game Olympic win streak, trying to make it 54. And it looks like they'll do just that. Griner goes 1 for 2 at the line. She now has 15 points. It's 66-39 with 6 minutes to play. Batulia finds Škorić. Good look from the baseline. That shot won't fall. Offensive rebound by Dugalic. Dugalic to Chado. Long-range three, and that one rattles in. The first points of the fourth quarter for Serbia. And ironically, it comes on a long three-point attempt from Dugalic. Here's a crossover move. Gray fading away, knocks it down. What a move by Chelsea Gray, 68-42. There's Griner with the rebound off the miss by Stankovic. Midway through the fourth quarter, 5 minutes away are the U.S. from another appearance in the gold medal game. Sue Bird looking for Griner. That's knocked out of play. It will stay with the USA. 9 to shoot for the U.S. Gray will inbound from the baseline. That's thrown away. So many turnovers off inbound passes by the U.S. Stankovic cross court. Losing the handle was Batulia. And the U.S. come away with the steal. Here's Diggins Smith. Now Nafisa Collier down low. It's kicked out to Diggins Smith. Her three no good. And the putback rims out for Sylvia Fowles. A lot of players that don't get a ton of playing time for the U.S. getting some action here. And there's another steal by the USA. Chelsea Gray on the left wing. That pass too strong for Fowles. Steal by Serbia. They'll run it in transition. And it's laid in by Dugalic. The gold medal game, by the way, I should note for both men's and women's basketball is at 11:30 a.m. Japan time. So definitely an interesting start time for a gold medal game. Not something I'm sure the players are, used to. That's obviously an early time to play it in general, but especially for a final. But we're not complaining here in the US because that's prime time for us. I think that's a big reason why the games were scheduled for those times because NBC has a large say in the scheduling of the US events anyways. 3:33 to go. US leading 68-44. A pass down low by Batulia. Shot no good. Rebound by Fowles. Diggin Smith ahead for Collier. That's tipped. Anderson saved it. And here comes Serbia. A 2-on-1. And doing it all by herself was Diana Batulia for 2. There's the full court press from Serbia again into the final 3 minutes. 22-point U.S. lead. Well, Serbia, despite falling short this afternoon, will have a chance to play for a medal. They'll go for bronze on Saturday, and that will be a foul. .241 left. Well, Serbia at times have shown what they can do. That's for sure. As Dragana Stankovic will come out as she's fouled out for Serbia. You're back. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, ID. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming back in. 70-46 the score now. Two and a half remaining in the first semifinal game for women's basketball, and Serbia turn it over on an errant pass from Batulia. What's the score now? It's 70-46. The U.S. are winning. Yep, so the United States have run away with it, really. There's some pressure by Serbia, and there's a steal. That shot went in. Are they going to count that? I think they will. Let's look back. This was a wild sequence where it was thrown away underneath, and then did that shot go on the top of the backboard? Well, they counted it. And the free throw converted. So a 3-point play there. Meanwhile, the U.S. at the other end will draw the foul. Ariel Atkins heading to the line. 70-49 the score. All the starters for the U.S. done for the afternoon. No reason to risk injury at this point in the game. The win has been secured as Atkins drops in her first free throw. Second one rattles on home as well. So 2:10 to go. The United States all smiles. 72-49 they lead. Now it's Anderson along the baseline. Picks up the dribble. Finds Dugalic. Serbia move it around. From the elbow. Shot off the mark from Škorić. Loose ball. Laying down on the floor to save it was Dugalic. And now an underhanded shot. Foul drawn by Škorić, and she'll head to the line. Japan, France, the other semifinal in the women's basketball tournament at these Olympics. First free throw is good. And she'll go 2 for 2. It's passed into Diggin Smith, cross court for Chelsea Gray. And losing it was Collier. Another U.S. turnover. Serbia the other way. Nice layup converted by Batulia. She's been impressive in this game. 92 seconds to go. Full court press continuing. Gray escapes. The outlet pass for Atkins. Atkins spin around. Pass out to Collier. She'll shoot a three. It's good. Nafisa Collier from downtown. 75-53. A minute 10 to go. Here now is Anderson. Into the final minute. Oh, a tough shot, and it somehow falls in for Škorić. Incredible shot from Škorić. This is brought ahead by Diggin Smith into the front court. Goes up for the shot. No foul, but it's recovered underneath and put in by her teammate Fowles. Yeah, there's a foul against Ariel Atkins. Your country keeps finishing fourth this year? What is your country? As two free throws are on the way for Škorić. 43.9 seconds remaining. She converts both. Gray to Diggin Smith. Now across court for Atkins. Atkins, the deep two. Got it. Nothing but net for Ariel Atkins. Half a minute left. Oh, Singapore. Okay, very good, very good. But you're watching in Canada. Okay, got you. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm from the United States and I live in the U.S. I've actually never been to Canada, as that layup is good. I actually have a friend who lived in Singapore for 3 years, I believe, and he loved it there. My friend is from the U.S. And his dad got a job in Singapore, and he really liked it there. Had a great time, and that will do it. The clock runs out. The United States victorious. The final score 79-59. It wasn't perfect from the U.S., but they're just that good. They get the job done ultimately in comfortable fashion. A 20-point victory, and the U.S. will play for gold again. As we take a look at the updated women's basketball bracket, the U.S. on to the gold medal game. Saturday, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. They await the winner of Japan-France. That semifinal is later on at 7 a.m. And Serbia will play the loser of that semifinal in the bronze medal game Saturday at 3 a.m. Also a reminder that the USA men's basketball team will play in the gold medal game against France tomorrow night. So Friday night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll be on the call for that. You won't want to miss it. USA men's basketball against France in the gold medal game, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Friday night. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in very late. I appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed the United States women's basketball team heading to another gold medal game. I'll see you guys next time, and that will be tomorrow night, Friday night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern for the U.S. men against France in the gold medal game.